Good morning, Mojave. Mr. Rasmussen here with your morning announcements. Today is Thursday, September 17th. I've got some tips for you, boys and girls. I was talking with our fantastic Media Center Specialist, AKA also known as the librarian, AKA known as Miss Thomas. Here's some really great tips that I think will help you as you finish up this quarter in terms of earning the grades that you are capable of. I often talk about that if you need help and support, that you should reach out and ask for help and support. Well, there's a better way to doing that than another way. And so the recommendation is this. If you email your teachers, email them at their susd.org account. I think often we will find it easier to email at the SUSDGapps account because that's just kind of in the quick clicking. But those email accounts get inundated with all of the work that's being submitted, and it's really easy to miss an email when you're getting about 150 emails a day. So word to the wise, if you are going to email your teachers asking for help and support, it may be better for you to choose their susd.org account and keep it simple. Next thing, when you're turning in your assignments in Google Classroom, if you don't do the work and you submit it, yes, it shows up that you've submitted your assignment. But that doesn't mean that when the teacher opens it and they see a blank piece of paper that they're going to give you credit. You don't get credit for just putting your name on a piece of paper and submitting it. You actually have to do the work. And I hear from a lot of teachers that students think, oh, well, I'll just submit this blank piece of paper. It shows up in Google Classroom that I've got it done. If mom and dad are checking over my shoulder, it looks like I've done my work. You have to do the work to get credit for the work. Now, also remember that Google Classroom is the platform for where you're housing your virtual classroom. That's where all the assignments get turned in. That's where you're finding the work. That's where you're reading the directions on what to do. But if you're checking your grades, see, that's done in Synergy. That's done in Student View or in Parent View. I know that's a little bit confusing because we're using two different platforms, but we're using them for two different reasons. In Google Classroom, virtual classroom. Synergy or Parent View, Student View, that's where we're making sure you have your official attendance, and that's where we're making sure that you have your official grades. So keep that in mind. Don't just say, oh, I turned that in, haha, I got it in. Go back to Synergy, and then there you're going to get some feedback based on the score that you earned on the work that you submitted. And if you submit a blank piece of paper, don't be surprised if you don't have a grade. All right. Next thing, and I'm going to have more tidbits of tips. I've got a whole sheet of them here for you as we go through the next couple of days and finish this quarter off in the next couple of weeks. Once again, I want to remind you, get those, I got it upside down. Get those masks, start practicing. Make sure that you're wearing them properly. And my other tidbit of personal protective gear is make sure that you have yourself a small bottle of hand sanitizer, and that it's available for you to use when you come back to school live and in person. We're going to have hand washing stations. We've got, of course, sinks inside the bathrooms. Of course, we have sinks inside the bathrooms. We have a sink inside of the cafeteria. But walking around, classroom to classroom, sanitizing your hand frequency. Make sure that you have a small bottle of hand sanitizer as we gear up to bring back everybody after the October break. Those are my announcements for today, Thursday, and I'm looking forward to a terrific day. I hope that you are too. I look forward to seeing you on Morning Announcements on Friday. And until then, as always, stay mighty, Mojave.